Got about 30 minutes left, guys, and we'll start doing our replay analysis. I have a brand spanking new bottle of Maker's Mark to open up in a little bit. So I'm going to have some fun with some dirty water today. You better believe it.
I am back.
Welcome back, M Captain. You missed the stream going dead for a moment because of a replay that totally brought the stream down for some odd reason.
Really?
Yeah.
That is weird.
Who won the clip challenge, Deadliest? I haven't had a chance to really figure that out yet. I've got it narrowed down to a few, but with King of the Sea, I mean, there's just so much else going on. I'm probably gonna look and get through that pretty shortly. It's not 5 o'clock here yet. That's correct, Island Cat. It is 5 o'clock somewhere, however. And no, I'm not gonna award the clip of me eating pizza. I mean that's cute, but you know. So, what else would you guys like to talk about? I've got 30 minutes. What's on your mind as community in relation to World of Warships? Keeping in mind I can't talk about test ships. Other than, you know, what's been published, whatever. A is being capped. Watch out for torps. Papa Smurf, what's with the karma system? It's a number that you can bring up or down. Captain Teardown says, Matchmaker. What do you want to talk about with the Matchmaker? SAT is running out of space. Nope, it doesn't do anything for you at all, Papa. Karma is just something that makes you feel good when you get it. And maybe feel good when you dispense negative karma. Or hopefully when you give out positive karma too. Is the overmatch that is in the game getting to be too prevalent against older tech tree ships? Oh, that's an interesting question, Lou. And I don't know if it's a function of the overmatch mechanic, or I honestly think what we're seeing is because Wargaming's ships that have been released have favored higher velocity guns for the most part in ships like the Russian battleships, Italian battleships, and stuff like that. I think it's more common to get overpens as a result on any ship, especially like a broadside cruiser or something. We saw that before in the last replay with the Vladivostok getting that overpen several times against the Dallas that was broadside to him. So I think that might be what you're seeing, Lou. And in that case, yeah, it's not overmatch, it's overpens you're talking about, right? You're talking about 457s against 30mm armor? So, Oskins, no, I did not talk about that. 457 divided by 14.3 is 32mm. So you're saying the 457's overmatching 30mm armor. Oh, are you trying to make the argument, Angry Lou, that that's obsoleting older tech tree ships, right? Especially in the heavy cruisers? And that goes along with what Deadliest says, does Wargaming need to pull old lines back into development and rework them? That's an interesting thought. I think it'd be hard for them to do something like that, but it'd be interesting if they were to try to rework some of these ships and the armor mechanics as a result. So one of the problems I think that Wargaming is facing now after having this game out for 6 years is you create the game originally based around a certain parameters, right? One of the parameters in this game at start was that the Yamato was the largest gun size you'd have at what is it, 460, and so only that ship could overpen and overmatch armor for almost all of the cruisers. Montana couldn't overmatch bow armor on cruisers, etc. But then, as years go by, Wargaming added more and more and more ships, and they started breaking those rules, right? They broke that rule with Ohio. Of course, with Shikishima, they went to 5 10mm guns. They broke it with Thunderer and Georgia. And that brings up a good point that as a result of that, we see a different experience now than we did 4 years ago, let's say, right? Up at tier 10. Is that a good or bad thing? I think I don't know. I would say it's a bad thing for ships that don't seem to be doing quite well. Zhao was brought up before. Uh, maybe Zhao needs a buff, right? Uh, Seems like it's time for tier 11, Great One says. Oh, please. Then I have to grind all my lines again? um, Great One. Nah, never mind. I won't comment on that, but anyways, yeah. So there's definitely some ships that I think need to be looked at. The problem is that there are some ships that can be overmatched that are still performing quite well, like Des Moines and Salem. Like they're doing quite well, so I don't necessarily know that Wargaming's interested in doing a mass rework of like all the cruisers. And then the other question is, do you change that up, right? Do you make changes, put in new rules, new constructs that you run based off of, only to then break those rules and constructs again later on down the line? I don't know. But, you're kind of right? Wargaming's gotten themselves into a position where they've released so much content that now you have like, instead of a well-rounded ship, you have more kind of like this, right? Where ships might be somewhat rounded, but then they have an area that they're really good at, and then over here is another ship's really good at, and as a result, it's really hard to balance that. It's very hard to keep historical versus arcade game. Absolutely, yes. So, and you better believe Wargaming is very good at long run planning. Of course, they don't share any of that stuff with me or other CCs, so. HK saying, how do you monetize it? It's an important question.
Just something related to the long-term planning. Shonai was on the World of Warships stream.
Yes, he was.
And he was asked a whole bunch of questions. I asked something about, what's the design intent of the airdrop, the thing, that currently people are freaking out about. Because I was wondering if it's supposed to be a mid-range ship and the airdrop maybe doesn't light the ship when it gets used, is that to allow it to like have presence without just drawing fire onto itself? Because it is a cruiser, might be a tanky one, but it's still a cruiser. And he said, well, if you notice, there have been several ships that are like coming out that are midline focused, like the Italian battleships. Those are going to be in the middle. They're not all the way in the back of the map. They're not all the way in the front. These cruisers, they're in the middle of the thing, So looking at a long game plan, it looks like they've even identified, because we saw all the stuff with Deadeye, right? Where it's either you're all the way in the front or you're all the way in the back, and there's like nothing in the middle. You're kitey cruiser or you're snuggled up on an island. So it does seem like they're trying to actually address that, which is cool.
Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. McFurdy, thank you very much for the follow, by the way. That salvo looked a little low, but hey, it worked, so there you go.
Could I add in just one little thing?
Go right ahead.
When it came to some of the ships, I mean, even just recently, you're starting to see the removal of some ship stock hulls when they come in, like the removal of a hull which has a lack of anti-air, and then they give you, like, for example, Bayern has, like, it goes from what it was before World War II to after
Mm-hmm.
World War II. Like, they give you the, during, before the, after World War I, they gave you the hull for that one, but then they removed it, and then they put in a newer hull, which is the hull that was pre-World War II.
Right.
And I think that, like, that's a way to get rid of, like, the lack of the lack of anti-air and making ships feeling more obsolete. That's one of them that I find is how you improve a line or try to make it a little bit easier on the player.
Mm.
I mean, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say is that they had. I would say that they have done little works on improving the old lines, but just little works, like quality of life improvements over anything.
Well, that's a good point. So maybe that's one way that Wargaming balances some of these older ships as they make it easier to progress through them. That doesn't do much for the people that have progressed to the end, or let's say they just feel like playing Mogami one day, so I'm gonna go play Mogami or something, right? But that's a worthy consideration.
Wasn't there like an armor rebalancing when the IFHE rework came out?
Yes.
I think like the Nelson used to be 27 mil, but then it went down to 26, and some other stuff got shifted around.
Yes.
I mean, it's not to say they couldn't do it again.
Oh, absolutely. They can do whatever the heck they want, whenever the heck they want. So. Oh, we need more premium Bismarck camos. Yeah, absolutely. That's right.
Agreed. Yeah.
That's right. Well, I mean, for us, for people that are in North America, we look at Bismarck and we don't care much, right? We care about Missouri, Iowa, right? Massachusetts. But, obviously there's national pride too for people in Germany. They look at the, at the Bismarck as something important to them. Nothing wrong with that. USS New Jersey win. Oh, Angry Lou. It would be so cool to have a New Jersey and a Wisconsin. You know what I would love to see, based off of what Wargaming's been doing? I would love to see an Illinois. Because the Illinois was supposed to be the next level up, right? Gary, yes, they did turn it into a floating church. With Gothic architecture, all that kind of stuff, and had a nice horn to it. I mean,
like the organs, right? Not the organ. Oh boy. Sorry. Forget what I said.
Now, Chaos, you're talking. I've been looking at. Hey, Congo Pride, how are you? I've been watching chat. You guys are talking about. Obviously the videos that went viral of 3 golden lions or whatever airstriking in Alaska, and I think I also saw one of in Iowa as well. I mean, it's a test ship. They do test ship things. I don't necessarily know who was involved and what program they're in. Keep in mind that there are multiple programs that obtain test ships. There are super testers, of course. There are clan super testers. There are community contributors. I believe mod makers and other privateers obtain them now. And, of course, Wargaming employees. So there's plenty of possibilities for triple divisions of a particular test ship. Ooh, nice. To abuse the situation. And let's not forget that even after Wargaming asked people to not do triple Kitakami divisions, we see on stream Chrysantos and Conway, and somebody else, I don't remember who, running a triple, shoot the island. Running a triple Kitakami division. So, I mean, fact of the matter is, once it gets released, of course, it's going to come out. And there are going to be people that are going to triple division in a
Admiral
ship.
_Derneritz is now following.
Oh, hey, cool. We got ourselves an Admiral Doneritz. Nice. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I can't comment exactly on the on the characteristics of that test ship and all that, but you know, if it's found that a test ship is overperforming, then Wargaming will of course nerf that ship. It just came out. We just got our hands on them. And as a result, testers are trying them out. And don't forget, players are also discovering what these things can do too. And if enough players see, oh my god, this is what these airstrikes can do, then they're going to pay much more attention to that. And that's not necessarily a bad thing either. But regardless, I would expect to hear from Wargaming in about a week or two. If they're going to make any tweaks to the ship, they will, and they'll put it out there on the dev blog, and they'll just make it happen.
One other cool thing, I mean, not commenting on the ship per se, but if you release a line like this German destroyer line that's out right now, where people kind of think it's underpowered, well, people don't pick it up. They're like, we'll get to it eventually. But if you release something where it's got that feeling like there's a hint of OP, well, everybody picks it up. They try it out. You get a whole bunch of interest. So right now, as crazy as this is, to see the video or whatever that's being memed all over the forums, it's excellent PR. So
Well, sure.
it's
I mean,
got that.
Oh yeah.
the same thing happened with the Stalingrad when it was in testing, and other ships too. And the thing is that once upon a time, CCs were able to show gameplay of ships that were in testing, but then that put in people's minds this false idea of what to expect of the ship, right? So then they stopped allowing CCs to talk about that, which is fine. But the problem is now is we can't talk about it, but then others are posting like what you just said without any sort of context, and all I can do is bite my tongue. I can't say anything about my own experience. I can't say anything about what I think is going to happen. All I can do is sit there and wait. And the big question is going to be, what happens if Wargaming nerfs ships because the community looks at it and says, oh, this ship is OP, blah, blah. And then the ship gets released, they free XP to the tier 10 and say, oh, this ship is terrible. Why did I spend all this money? I'm so pissed off now, right? See my earlier comments, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, right?
Well, we want a panda skin.
Alright, let's find out who's going to get the panda skin. Whoever gets the most kills, let's get that started, and then it's time for some dirty water and some replay analysis. Oh, Gary, we're stuck biting our tongue after as well, because we can't comment even after a ship is released. We still cannot comment on the testing policy, procedure, experience, whatever. Sith Kitten, what is that thing down there? Is that like an artillery piece or something?
Yeah.
Wow. I need one of those. No epic kills just yet. Oh, well, thank you, honey.
Chris has got this.
There
I
you
think
go.
Sith died in that previous Stream Raiders,
Yep,
so she came with the tank this
30
time.
clean.
Oh, Askins, you have no idea how crazy I am with this game.
What's up, Harley Quinn?
Sometimes she just streams Raiders.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Alright, so it looks like Chris Vala had the most kills at 7. Oh, you just barely missed out, Sith.
Oh!
Alright, so Sith Kitten, please make sure that Chris Vala gets one of those panda camo
Yes, you better
codes.
whisper me.
Feel free to double check if he's a follower first if you want. Mrs. Zath does really exist. Yes, she is getting me my dirty water. Alright, so what did I get? I win 3 Musketeer scrolls, looks like. And let's get a winner. Let's go ahead and reward Sith Kitten with that. And
Aw, thank you.
let's see, who else scored up there? Felipe as well. Let's go ahead and reward Felipe with something special as well. And then I'll do a random winner. Glacial wins the last thing.
So,
Victory, boss
Chris,
defeated.
I need you to send me a whisper, please.
Oh.
Because if you don't, I'm keeping it.
Lol. Look at all of these quests. I misclicked. There we go. Collect that. Orc Slayer scrolls. Okay, so now I'm on tier 8 of this. I'm on a new map. And I have to start at the 1 skull, is that correct?
Or you can go to the question mark one.
Or I
Whichever
can...
one.
Ah, okay. Let's see what there is in the store that I can pick up on. I've got 340 coins. So I can finish... Yeah, so I can upgrade my archer. That'll be good. Upgrade my other guy. And let's go ahead and purchase that. And that. So we can upgrade some of our units. Ta-da!
Alright,
Oh.
Chris, use that code in Stream Raiders.
And also you have the Orc Slayer. Yeah, I was about to say.
Thank you. Yep, and I saw there was... I won some Orc Slayer scrolls, or I thought I did. Maybe somebody else got it. I don't remember. Or maybe that's how I got... That's how I got it.
Really, Duckman? But there's only one thing you do. You burn them. So don't be telling people that.
Alright, let's get to the campaign. Let's click on the mystery. Alright. What do I want to bring? I guess I'll bring my archer. Defensive zone. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. I'm attacking. Oops. I wanted to bring out the archer. So I guess I'll go by the water. There we go. Alright guys, 30 minutes and we'll do our next major stream raiders thing. So one last thing I need to do before we get into replay analysis. Let's talk a little bit about Fabletics. They've been sponsoring me, and of course I need to say stuff about them and their clothes, and it's great and all that fantastic stuff. You guys saw me do my unbagging. God, that was so much fun.
It was. It was.
Oh my God.
Was. We had a good amount of fun on that one.
So they are continuing our sponsorship through through the next month. So I've got more clothes coming, which is fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to checking those out. And so what I'm going to do for you guys is just play a quick ad about Fabletics, about their VIP system and how it works. We'll talk briefly about it, and then we'll get to replays. So 5 minutes or less. Here we go.
You made it. You're here. You're ready to join my crew and be a Fabletics men member. You'll get 50, 60, even up to 70% off the world's greatest activewear every day. First crack at our latest drops, member-only sales, member-only gear, cash rewards. How can we give you all of this? Well, it's because of our amazing VIP membership program. It's next level, fellas. When we talk about feeling that F on your chest, well, that's our membership that you feel. Now, here's how our membership works. Every month, you have the option to shop our newest gear or skip the month. If you don't shop or skip, you'll be charged $49.95 for a VIP member credit. When you shop with credits, you'll get the world's best activewear for the lowest possible price. Hey, don't want to buy a new credit this month? Fine. No judgment here. Just go to fabletics.com, click on Skip the Month, and you won't be charged. That's it. You can skip as many months as you like. You'll still get all the benefits of being a member. This is a low-pressure situation, fellas.
So,
there is no commitment to buy, ever.
I keep
You use your credits
that when I
whenever
see
you
Kevin
want.
Hart, maybe
You
that
can get
means
new gear
Fabletics
at the
has
end of every
a
month,
children's
or
department
you can
now.
save up your credits and get a whole new wardrobe whenever you want. It's up to you. Now here's two things that we won't do. We'll never ship you anything that you didn't order. And we'll never lock you into your membership. We are not pushy like that. Now, if you have wanted to end your membership, would it hurt my feelings? Yes, of course it would. But we would still be good, and we would make cancellation easy. And guess what? You would always be welcome to come back. One thing, if you cancel, you will lose any saved up credits. So make sure you spend those first. But we believe that you'll always want to be a member of our Fabletics Men crew. So do me a favor, get ready. Get ready to look good, feel good, and to put a F on your chest.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Put an F on your chest. I'll tell you. So basically, the way that the program works, in chat, you've seen the link going up. and I'll go ahead and put it up there again. If you click on that link, basically, if you want to pick something up, you get yourself a discount of 40%, or you can get 2 pairs of shorts for $25. After shipping, it's like 30, 31 or something like that. But you join the VIP program, and like Kevin Hart said up there, every month you get charged, and it's essentially what it does is it's a store credit. And then whenever you want to buy something, you can use that on something that is already discounted through the VIP program. If you're a VIP member, pretty much everything in the store is like 40% off. So essentially what you're doing is you're putting money in, saying that this month I'm going to spend at least this much, right? If you want to skip, you skip. Very easy. But if you don't, then don't. But yeah, I've been pretty happy with the clothes. I'm very happy to share that with you guys. And now I'm very happy to move on to replay analysis. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to... no, I'll deal with it later. And my wife came in and said she had some problems with the ice maker, so I'll show her how to fix that later. I think it's time, as Deadly has said, I think it's time for the death picks. So you guys ready for some death picks?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Hell
Here
yeah,
we go. Brother. We're gonna start with Deadliest Idiot's first game in the Prince Eugen, which he won today on this stream.
Hey!
Woohoo!
So, Skyring, once again. And it should be back up in a second.
I see it.
Okay. Yeah, guys, I don't know what the deal is with this. I'm sorry. I wonder if it's something that's related to... It's gotta be something Twitch related.